And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, my auspicious op-ed. I composed some words about some things I was thinking about that I want to share with everyone that I think are important. And I hope it inspires you to compose some words about something you think is important and share it with everyone else because, well, that's what makes the internet a better place, isn't it? All right. On to today's auspicious op-ed. So America has viewed itself as exceptional quite fallaciously since its advent, but is about to find out that being exceptional has a dark side, and that one is only exceptional until they simply are no longer relevant. Perhaps disingenuous is more fitting than fallacious, but both should suffice. Nevertheless, it is pretty clear to me that this exceptionality fetish should have been a dead giveaway that the malignant narcissistic death thought has infiltrated our systems to a highly dangerous and threatening degree. But instead, those groomed by the ideals of the elites who did not get burned by their advice and were bribed out of their supposed poverty by some philanthropic program in exchange for becoming a leftist proselytizer with no thought or regard for what you have given up in exchange for their approval and their blessing. Kind of like when you go to college and like they shame you for like believing in God, or when you go to high school and they shame you for believing in God in science class. This is the kind of leftist proselytizing I'm, kind of inferring. Our Constitution provides our culture with some unique bonuses. The powers that be are trying tirelessly to render obsolete. We have a freedom of speech that threatens every institutional narrative. We have a religious plurality that could only exist with the freedom of and from religion. And we have a Second Amendment to protect us from evil socialists, communists, and terrorist sleeper cells just waiting to pull another stunt on our soil. Yet now we face mandated speech, a mandated secular religion being imposed on all with no regard for the cultural destruction being imposed on our melting pot citizenry. And they want to reduce the Second Amendment's power to a point that I recommend all people know how to bear all forms of arms, including and especially the two attached to our torsos. These are the most important arms we got, guys. Know how to use them. You might need it. I'm a pacifist, and I'm telling you to use your arms, and I'm a pacifist. I know this from experience, guys. But as a pacifist, I know how to throw a solid right jab followed by a left hook if I have to. I was bullied growing up in the 80s, mostly for being mixed and obviously gifted. And you had to know how to defend yourself or else. And back then, our parents taught us to. And anti-bullying literally is, I would rather be punched in the face and put in a struggle session, okay? I'd rather be free to say what I want to say to everyone around me than be oppressed by the ideals of people who don't even know what being a human truly means. All right, guys? Just want to put that out there. I don't want to be mistaken for being someone I'm not. Unfortunately, my younger peers, they were subjected to far worse than the nonsensical zero tolerance indoctrination they unleashed on us Zennials in the 90s. These kids were brought up with the farce of anti-bullying and social contracts and need to learn some self-defense skills, hand-to-hand combat, and how to protect yourself with common household items as the bare minimum needed to make it through what I think may unfold within our borders sooner rather than later. These kids have no self-defense skills. If a sleeper cell erupted up the street, they'd be calling 911, not even knowing what to do, and that is not going to help you in the situations that are going to come, especially after this upcoming eclipse. We have been invaded. They've shown the evidence. They've shown the footage. The UN has funded it. They have been working at this scheme for decades now, literally since the 1930s. They want their new world order, and we have to be ready for anything in exceptional America. We're exceptional Americans. That's right. If they want to be exceptional one way, we'll be exceptional another. We need to be safe, secure, and in no need of any of their systems or services whatsoever if we are to transition to a much better way of life smoothly after the fall of this decrepit civilization. But for that, we must prepare for the fall of this decrepit civilization. Are you prepared? Let's help each other prepare. Please prepare. Please, please, I'm begging of you. It all starts with some talk and reflecting. May we all become well prepared together, like the truly exceptional Americans and all my brothers and sisters around the world who are dealing with these issues. Insert your country's name where I say American. I feel you. I get you. I feel you guys. We should all be striving to be. For my lovely audience around the world, please reflect on what your cultures are dealing with if it's different from what we're dealing with here in the West. I know that everyone's got stuff going on right now, guys. So please reflect. And please share. Let us know what's going on. So I have more to share with you guys on the broadcast. Without everyone sharing this stuff, I wouldn't have anything to share with y'all. And rest assured, they won't silence us. Rest assured, they're going to try though. They're going to try relentlessly. So don't let your guard down. Let's teach them a little something about failure. They've been long overdue for one because you do not become excellent until you have failed. You do not learn what being burnt is until you have touched that stove, my friends. And they have discouraged everyone from acquiring true, real, practical, legitimate, and especially spiritual knowledge. All right. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Oh, that was lovely, everyone.